Hello there, Ahmad. Let's have a look. So, first of all, well done for reaching this. Excuse me, I've just been cooking, that's why I'm almost dying. So, well done for writing the essays. Well done for getting through the course and the P1s. That's fantastic. It's great to see you taking action and determined to pass Ielts. That's what I love to see. So, let's see now. Many people argue that the contemporary media environment is hindering communication between family members in recent days. Good. Despite this, I believe that interaction among nuclear family members, no, among family members or even extended family members is better than ever. If you want, the next time you submit your work, you can write 10 sentences related to nuclear family, but research it first and then write the sentences. This essay will firstly discuss the texting apps as a... Okay, so this is the introduction. Let's not go into details. So this essay will firstly discuss the texting apps and secondly outline the advantages of social media for family members. Okay, what I did is I just cut it all down to the bare minimum because we're going to pick up most of the points here and here, and remember the limit is 250. You do get a bit of flexibility, but we want to be aiming for 250, 260. Okay. Firstly, no capital I. Firstly, it is argued that texting apps offer an ideal medium for family members to interact constantly without the necessity of being at the same location is fine. As in the past, most people were totally isolated once they reached their workplace. Currently, texting is allowing them to keep in touch with their relatives even under the most severe working conditions. Deployed overseas troops offer a good example here. The US Army issued a research paper claiming that soldiers on the battlefield are in a superior emotional state when they interact with their families. Thus, this makes it clear that family communications are ascending rather than descending as widely argued. Genius. Very, very good. Solid essay. Perhaps a little bit too wordy. Okay. As in there's too many words in there. But don't worry, it's easier to cut that out, and that's what we'll be focusing on in the next essay. Secondly, the ascendancy. Be careful for repetition as well. The rise. Even if it's in a different form, it's usually better just to use a different word that means the same or similar. Secondly, the rise of social media allowed people to form novel approaches of communication. That is to say that currently people, we've used currently as well before. So anyway, people tend to blog all their daily activities. For instance, you can check on your siblings by checking their Facebook timeline, Instagram pictures or Snapchat stories. Good, very good vocabulary. While in the past, months would pass without any interaction, currently can happen every second without impingements or without impinging others, th, others' privacy, and Saxon genitive. Okay, so be careful there. Therefore, it's clear that millennials are communicating much better than previous generations, but in an unconventional way. Be careful, because we've just introduced that you're focusing your essay or your paragraph on millennials. You should have made it clear at the beginning. Okay, did you mention it in the... No, you didn't mention it in the introduction, but you should have said younger generations or current generation of adolescents or whatever, okay, and then put millennials at the end. So be careful there. In summary, realizing how texting revolutionized the way people communicate with their families and the role of social media in providing constant updates on relatives proved that communication between family members is at its peak. For that reason, I hope the new technology will always play a positive role in building more stable relations among families. Very, very good. Excellent work there. We do need to reduce the word count, so well done for following the sentence guide structure for your paragraphs, and well done for getting the work done. An excellent vocabulary and excellent execution with your paragraphs. These are strong, coherent ones, rich in lexical resource. We're on the right track. Next essays, though, what I want you to send, they must not pass 260. So when you're going through, I want you to imagine Okay, when you finish writing, go through, do a word count, and then start being like a butcher and cut any fat off the essay. Okay, and the good place to start is your introduction and your paragraph and your conclusion, because these, excuse me, these are not where you'll pick up your points. Okay, let's have a look at your next essay. This one was way over the word count, so be careful there. Many people argue that children's imagination and cognitive abilities can be stimulated by activities that they enjoy better than reading. Good. Now, look at the sentence guide, and there'll be a copy-paste sentence we can use, which will be perfect for you, because it'll just help you to stop overthinking the introduction and help you focus on the body paragraph. So here we could just say this essay will analyze these issues using examples from computer games and Qatar University to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Job done. Move on to body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. Also, my friend, tell me how long you're spending on these essays, because it's paramount that we're not spending at this stage more than an hour per task too. Okay, so bear that in mind, please. Firstly, reading is not as useful as strategic games in expanding kids' imagination. Look at the end videos, and there's chapters and there's module about hedging. Okay, and the hedging is where we should say something like, firstly, it is commonly regarded that reading is not as useful. Okay, I'm not going to go into the details, but watch the video. This is because of their inability to visualize what they have read at a later stage. However, this is not the case with strategic games. Excellent, good sentence there. Minecraft console games offers a good example here. Okay, so this is an example of wordiness. Look how many times you've got word, the word game in these two sentences, and really close to each other, and there as well. Okay, so that's 3 times in one line. That's not good. So what we could have said is, for example, or take for example Minecraft. This console game allows young people to visualize cities that they have already built in their imagination through certain cues. In addition, the game allows its users to communicate while playing, which will force them to use other senses. Thus, this provides a compelling reason why engaging kids in strategic games is more beneficial than reading for their spatial awareness. Genius, good vocabulary, well structured, excellent argument. Secondly, sport-related activities are advantageous in developing cognitive and physical skills, which reading cannot provide. Good. This is to say that reading promotes a more sedentary lifestyle that is more suitable for elderly people. For instance, a recent study by Qatar University showed that students who practice competitive sports on a regular basis are healthier, smarter, and more responsive than their peers. Fantastic! This makes it clear that sports are much more important than reading at a young age. Well done, this is fantastic work. Okay, excellent work. I think we're going to have a very successful result. Okay, that means do not get comfy, keep on improving, and we'll get there. In summary, it is obvious that enjoyable activities such as strategic games and sport are more beneficial than reading because of their vital role in developing pupils' spatial awareness as well as physical, with an L on the end, not an N, and cognitive skills. Good. Therefore, I hope that parents would not force their children to read in their leisure time unless it was of their own desire, or unless if it was their own, unless means the same as if, so we can just delete that, unless it was their own desire. Good work. Okay, so fantastic start. I'm very happy with this. What I want you to do now is implement all the corrections that you've heard, make a list of the mistakes, implement the corrections in these essays, send me back the corrected work, send me the error list, and then the next essays you send me are going to be answering the questions in the email I sent you, and tell me how long you're spending on your task 2s, because I'm worried because they're amazingly good. And also, yeah, remember, it cannot pass the word count of 260. If it does, I'm sending it straight back, and I want you to go through and edit it. Remember, the best places to edit are here and here. Okay, fantastic work. And remember, when you send me back your 2 new essays, your corrected essays, and your error list, send it all in one email, and this will be much easier for us both, and I can get your work back faster to you. Have a great day. Fantastic start, buddy. Let's keep on improving.